everyone, welcome to Creative Coloring with Erum. Today I have two quick cards to share with you featuring the gorgeous new layering stamp called the Antique Roses stamp set. I will first show you how to layer the stamp, and it is super easy. In case my video or my instructions are not as clear, I will post a link to another layering guide video specially made for you guys for this particular stamp set, and I will advise you to watch it. I'm using my stamp platform as it makes layered stamping easy. The inks I'm using are the Summer Afternoon set of inks, starting with the lightest, that is the Buttercream Crisp Dye Ink. Now I'll place the second layer of the stamp, and if you can see, I'm matching the notch at the bottom. That is my guide, and I'm also obviously looking if my sides are within the boundaries. But it's the notch that is my main guide. And my second color is the Warm Sunshine. For the third layer, again, I'll use the notch as the guide, and as soon as you'll put the stamp down on the notch and move it a bit, you'll figure it out on your own where it fits. The third color that I'm using is Caramel Toffee. The fourth layer fits into the hollow of the rose. Place it down and move it, and you will see for yourself that it somehow fits in all the places. And the ink that I'll be using in this layer is the Paperback Crisp Dye Ink. The last layer is the tiny little bit that also goes into the hollow center of the rose, and it fits like a puzzle piece. For this, I'll use Espresso Crisp Dye Ink from the Coffee Break ink family. Just like this, you can stamp the other flower from this stamp set. It's quite easy. We also have a printed layering guide behind this stamp packet that should be helpful too. So today I am going to make two very quick backgrounds and in turn quick cards. For the first background, I'll start by scribbling Sapphire watercolor brush marker onto a sturdy watercolor cardstock. This is Aquafine by Della Rowney, and I'll spritz this with water so that the pigment reacts with water and spreads around. I'll also use a water brush for this purpose, and this will help me spreading around the pigment faster. I'll get rid of the excess water and paint and dry this panel completely. Then I'll use that excess paint that's still on my mat and add several splatters of that excess paint on my panel for texture. I'll dry the panel again with my heat gun. Next, I'll use clean water and a paintbrush to add lots of splatters onto the panel. I'll give it a few seconds for the water to react with the pigment, and then use a tissue paper to remove the water droplets. I'll repeat the process till I'm happy with the look. Once I'm content, I'll use my heat gun and dry the panel completely before adding white paint splatters for more texture. Because I'll be using yellow flowers on the panel, I decided to add yellow splatters too. To make yellow splatters, I combined a bit of white chalk paint and some of yellow watercolor from the Altenew 36 watercolor pan set, and added a few splatters to the panel. Now I'll start adhering my elements with foam tape. I actually have stamped a lot of flowers and leaves in my spare time a while back, and that really saves times when and if you want to make quick cards. For my second card, I will again be using watercoloring to build my background. I will start by adding a light color wash of frayed leaf and bamboo And while it's still wet, I'll add thick splatters of both the shades and let the water do all the work. Once I'm happy with the result, I'll heat set it and use the Classy Stripes stencil plus Shabby Shutter's Distress ink to add a bit of pattern to my panel. I'll be using a blending brush to add the ink, and I'll be adding the ink in a vertical motion, not covering the entire panel, just a portion of the front where my floral arrangement will go. Once I'm done with the stenciling, I will add diluted splatters of frayed leaf watercolor and a bit of bamboo watercolor too. Also, I thought to add a bit of dark element, and instead of adding black paint splatters, I went ahead and added splatters of evergreen watercolor, and it looks really cool in person. I will now start arranging my floral bouquet. I have listed the ink colors on the blog and in the description box below in the supply section. I hope you enjoyed the video. Isn't this stamp set just gorgeous? I absolutely love it. It also has a mask stencil, and there are so many possibilities with this set. I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.